Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome in, welcome back. I am Lisa, and this is North Star Energy Healing. We are today going to do a reading for the end of November, approximately the 20th to the 30th, or 10 days from whenever you see this video. This is going to be the Earth sign video. I am going to do oracle cards that will be for every earth sign, and then I'm going to pull the tarot spread for each sign, and I will have the times listed there in the description, which I'm sure you've already seen because you've already seen the title of this video. Okay, so first of all, I want to say thank you to my new subscribers. I have gotten several new subscribers over the past couple of weeks. And I'm feeling a little rusty, so you guys are getting my first video back after my little hiatus. The last long videos I did were for the earth, air, and water, and I posted those on Halloween. And now I'm doing these readings after I have finished my classes, gotten my certifications, gone on my anniversary trip, and now I am back to work, so to speak. This doesn't feel like work to me. I hope you're all doing well, and please give the video a thumbs up. Please just hit that thumbs up button now while you're thinking of it, because it really does help the channel. I don't have ads on here. I don't make any money from doing this. I do this because I love doing it. I do this so that I can bring you some heads up, some information to take with you and use as you will, some red flags possibly, and just the overall energies for the signs at the time when I'm doing the reading. Okay, so let me see. Anything else? I don't think so. I have some new little, these are from... it's the I think it's the Bridge to Heaven store at the Main Mall in Portland, Maine. I have a little stone that says wisdom, because this is what I hope that I bring to all of you. I hope to use the wisdom that I've gathered in my 62, almost 63 years of living on this planet. And I just loved these suns and moons. I've got like orange and yellow ones here, and then some black and yellow ones here. I just was very drawn to those stones as I was in that store. So anyway, I have a lot of stones and gems around. I just love the energy of them. They really do lift you up, so to speak. Okay, so where to begin? So end of November energies. We are going into the... Christmas shopping holiday. I shouldn't say Christmas, because people may celebrate all kinds of different types of things during December. We have birthdays for Sagittarians and Capricorns. We have Christmas for some, and Hanukkah for others, and all those other... I don't remember all of those holidays. I'm sorry. But so going into that, before we get to that, we have some celebrate the Feast of Thanksgiving, and then we're on to the commercialized part of it, which is Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all these things. But we need to take the time to really connect, right? Connect in with ourselves, our souls, our families. What is this really all about, right? It should be about gathering families, not about how much money we spend on gifts. And every year I'm always coming on here and encouraging people not to get caught up in that type of thing, because then you miss out on the beauty of gathering together with those you love and care about. Okay, here we go. So, because you're earth signs, I used Earth Magic. This is by Stephen D. Farmer. I love his book about animals. And when you see animals, especially if you see 3 of them, then you look it up and you see what that means spiritually. And it's always right on the money whenever I do that. All right, so first, as an overview, you have the card Childhood Innocence. I feel like this card came out the last time or sometime recently. for some of you. Now, this card has a long description. Just looking at the card, you can feel the childhood innocence there, right? The two kids that looks like they're getting ready to go fishing in the pond. The light is streaming down. The boy has his hand on a tree, really connecting with nature. She has her hand going towards the light. They are connecting, right? When we're innocent children, these are the things we notice. Not money, not things, but we're outside playing, or that's the way it was when I grew up. I don't know how it is for kids now, but hopefully we still have kids playing outdoors, right? And when we were outside, we noticed things like butterflies, caterpillars, squirrels, chipmunks, things like that as adults we kind of pass those things by. We don't notice them as much. Okay, so the message. Innocence is not simply the lack of guilt or shame, but a quality in itself, one that you naturally possess when you first come into this existence. There are challenges you have faced throughout life that have further shaped your personality and character. You have also likely encountered moments following a disappointment or loss when you turned sour or cynical, and no doubt have had times when layers of anger or fear blocked the flow of your vitality, your life force. Yet in spite of all this, there is a core of innocence that you can reawaken by releasing any shame that is covered over the truth of who you are. Take any opportunity to heal this shame and let it go so you can revisit that state of purity. Doing so helps you see every moment with fresh eyes and removes the filters that inhibit your light and love from coming forth. You truly are a child of God, so allow yourself to be that. A child of God, a child of Source, a child of Creator, whatever you want to say. Doesn't have to be God if that bothers you. I know some people get sensitive. So that card is telling you to return to your innocence and purity. Okay? And then next I use the Enchanted Map by Colette Baron Reed. And you have number 1, Bone Collector. And we see this person sitting inside a circle. There's a pentagram in there. There's a peacock feather, a rabbit. There is bright light around his or her head. And then there is kind of a faint symbol of the zodiac. It looks like it looks kind of like musical, like frequency, right? And then you have the skulls, and you have birds flying, and the trees, the sand dunes behind, the clock face. All right, let's see. Bone Collector. The Bone Collector reminds you that the truth is that you are a powerful being with limitless possibilities. She has kept safe what was stolen from you in the wounding and is here for you as you reclaim it now. You have everything you believe you lack, and the Bone Collector is your inner resource. Act as if you have what you need, and you'll find you have it after all. Anything is possible. With awareness, the wounds of the past need not define you. Now, this is building on what childhood innocence was talking about, right? Getting back to the purity of who you are. Building on that. You have everything you need inside you, right? Next is the Wisdom of the Oracle, again by Colette Baron Reed. And that is number 14. This is a 5, which is change. Oh my goodness, Lisa. It's a long way down because I have my chair up high. All right. Sorry about that, guys and gals. Ladies and gents. Okay. 14 is a 5. 5s are change. You see there's an owl there, and this owl has a window that is open. What is blowing in from the window are heart-shaped flower petals, or that's how I see it. The owl is standing on top of a gold mask. Truth be told. 14. Honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. Yeah, so this is really talking about putting your mask down. All of these cards are related. Getting back to your childhood innocence. Knowing that inside of you you have everything you need and being aware of that. Dropping the mask and being who you really are. These are really, really important messages, I think, especially at this time of year, to be who you are, right? Don't do things because they're expected of you. Do things because you feel it in your heart, right? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and begin with Taurus. And we are going to get Taurus, your tarot message. I've already shuffled, cleansed, meditated regarding this earth sign video. So now we're going to see, or earth sign messages. Now we're going to see what's going to come out for your tarot portion. The oracle goes with every single sign. That message goes for everybody. And then you're all going to get tarot. Everybody's going to get tarot and an animal oracle of their own. Okay. Taurus, what is happening? Wow. Seven of Pentacles, decision that you have to make about what you're going to take and go forward with. Again, building on that oracle, those oracle messages. Two of Wands is a choice. Two choice cards right off the bat. Eight of Wands is success and hitting the mark as to what it is that you want. Ten of Pentacles, yeah, Taurus. All right, looks like it's coming up to be a really good reading. All right, let's take these in the order that they came out and discuss them. Taurus, Seven of Pentacles. Sevens are reflection. You see how she's standing there with her basket underneath the Tree of Pentacles. She's trying to decide what she's going to do with the things that she has. This could be her knowledge, her wisdom, her money. It can be her time. It's whatever it is that you need to decide, okay, which one of these am I going to use? It's like if you have two different degrees. Which one are you going to use for the knowledge? It's like you have a Christmas club savings account, a regular savings account, a vacation savings account, or you just have some money put away and you're going to decide how much of this am I going to pick and use right now. So that has to do with what you're going to use going forward, what you're going to take, what are the skills, how much time are you going to use giving effort to something, right? Spending money on something, spending time on something, spending energy on something. What is it going to be? And you definitely have a choice to make. This is the Two of Wands. He or she can go down the lighted path, the path that everyone goes down, the path with Harry Potter's Patronus, the white stag, or you can kind of go on this path and find your own way and do new things. No path is right or wrong. It's what you feel. Do you feel like I really want to follow in my mentor's footsteps and do some of the things that they've done for myself? Or you may say, you know what, I'm going to forge a whole new path. It's like when you get certified in something like Reiki or hypnosis, you can follow to the letter the way that you were trained, or you can develop with your own intuition and your own connection what it is and how it is that you want to do it. I love this card because it's so green. The birds, the sun setting or rising, it could be either. All the animals. This is a very good feeling card. Wands are action and passion, right? Twos are choice and balance. That card is a choice card. Hold on a second. My feet are getting cold. When I was meditating, I always take my slippers off because they have rubber on the bottom, and that's not a good way to connect to anything. So I take them off, but now my feet are a little chilly. Okay, next you have this beautiful Eight of Wands. Action, passion. Eights are mastery and infinity. Again, we see this beautiful sunlight. We have that in all three of these cards, right? Very good feeling. I really feel like something good is going to happen. Something that you want to complete, that you want to get done, that you want to do, someplace you want to go. Tauruses, it's looking really good. That Eight of Wands is saying, yeah, you're going to get there. You're going to do it. So deciding what it is, choosing the path, and then going forward and doing it. And what is the result? The Ten of Pentacles. Tens are completing a cycle. Pentacles have to do with your material, right? Your money, your energy, your time, what you do, what you create, how you earn your living, any of those things, right? Tens are the best of the suit, the top of the pip cards, so to speak, right? So this is a whole series. And it began with, why did I do that? I just realized I put that upside down. It began with going back to childhood innocence, noticing the things around you, understanding and being aware of your powers and everything that you have inside you, and being truthfully and honestly who you are. Okay, then after you complete whatever that is, you have judgment. This is a 20. This is also a choice, right? You see Gabriel blowing the trumpet and all these people rising up. This is being called to action. It's a call to action. It's asking you to do something. So this could be literally somebody. It could be your boss, a family member. It could be someone that's just asking you, hey, can you do this? Or I have this job and I would like you to do it. I want you to help me with this. That can be literally anything. It can also be, excuse me, your own intuition calling you to do something. Maybe you are a certified healer. Maybe you haven't really done anything with that yet. Maybe you haven't really figured it out. Maybe in this, you're going to figure out the path to doing that. Your last card out of the tarot is the Four of Swords. This is literal meditation, okay? Swords are thoughts and communication. He's lying down. He has his sword here. This is his answer to whatever it is that he's meditating on. These three swords are hovering above. This could be a conversation you've had with somebody and you need to give them an answer. It could be somebody calling you to action, asking you to do something. This card is reminding you that you need to think on it, meditate on it. Don't answer too quickly. You need to be sure that your answer is the right one and that your answer feels good for you, Taurus, okay? Love that. All right, so yeah, it looks like something is going to be happening end of November-ish. You know, we're saying the 20th to the 30th-ish. Could be a little before, a little after, that you're going to be thinking about what energy, what time, what money you want to use, what skills, what path you're going to take to get to that Eight of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. And then you're going to be asked to do something, called to do something. You're going to be feel moved to do something. And you're going to be thinking about it thoroughly before you make that final decision. Wow. Your animal oracle is Phoenix. It's a 7. 25 is a 7. You began with a 7. You end with a 7. Rise from the ashes, transformation, and regeneration. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that a beautiful card? Just beautiful. And I mentioned earlier the golden sunlight. The golden light in your first 4 cards is prominent, as it is in this Phoenix, right? So it looks like you guys are going to be rising up, transforming. Something new is going to come in, some new idea, some new opportunity, something new coming in, and you will discern whether you want to do it or not. It has to do with the choices, the path, and all of that. All right, my lovely Tauruses, peace and kindness every single day. And now we move on to Virgo. Okay, Virgos. Here we go. Wow. Okay. One of the same cards that came out for Taurus just flipped right over. All right. So if you didn't watch the beginning, you're going to have to go back and listen to the explanation for the oracle cards there. This is the tarot portion and your animal oracle. Ooh, High Priestess. All right. Choices, tuning into your intuition, Virgos. And this, as I said in the beginning, is end of November-ish, covering about 10 days. Oh, boy. 8 of Swords. You get that a lot. 6 of Swords. You get that one, too. Okay. So you got to break free. You got to break free of those limiting beliefs, those limiting thoughts, right? And you can't carry your old baggage with you. Sometimes I wonder if you guys get tired of me using this deck, but, you know, It is what it is. It's my favorite deck. I love it. Lots of swords in your reading. Heavy burden, getting done with something. Okay, Virgos. First card out is the choice card. It's a Two of Wands. Wands are action and passion. How are you gonna choose to move forward? And remembering childhood innocence, you have everything you need inside you, and being authentically yourself. So you have a choice here of going down the path well-traveled or the path less traveled, right? Neither one is good or bad, right or wrong. You just need to make that choice for you. Are you going to follow in your mentor's footsteps, your teachers? I was going to say your channelers. I don't know why. Or are you going to forge your own path? Are you going to do your own thing with what you have? In Taurus, I spoke about sometimes we get trained in something, but our intuition, our intuitiveness is saying, well, I think you should change it to this or that. I think you should do it this way or that way. And when we listen to that, we're being authentic, right? When people are energy healers or intuitives, you have to listen to your own guides. You typically you may start doing something the way that you were taught, but you will grow and blossom, bloom, and develop into what is going to be your signature thing that you do, right? Somebody must have needed to hear that, because that's what's coming through. The High Priestess. Again, she's right between two pillars. These are very similar in that this person has this choice to make, and she is floating in front of these two pillars, right? Black and white, night and day, so to speak. Beginning and ending. I think they really mean beginning and ending. So the High Priestess, she is number 2. Again, choice, balance. I'm just tuning in here. It's the message of the bone collector. You have all of the knowledge inside you already. You just need to tap into it. I don't know if I ever noticed this before, but her hair has a net that's like the flower of life. That's kind of cool, right? But the danger of the High Priestess is staying in the dreaming that you're going to do something instead of actually doing the thing, right? So that's the danger of being in the energy of the High Priestess. We have to know when to come down and out of our meditations and our dreams and actually put those into action. And there can be some thoughts that you're throwing up as roadblocks. This is an 8 of Swords. Swords are thoughts and communication. You see how her hands are lightly chained and she has a blindfold on. But the swords are so far apart that she can walk right out of those. All she needs to do is just unwrap her hands from the chains, take her blindfold off, and get moving, right? 8s are mastery and infinity. You don't want to be the master of overthinking, which sometimes Virgos can be. Don't be the master of overthinking is what I'm hearing right now. Just go ahead and take that leap and do that thing. Next, you have the 6 of Swords. Again, communication. This person is trying to row to something new with all these thoughts, right? And they don't need to carry all of this with them, especially if they're limiting, right? Lighten the boat by getting rid of some of those swords. 6s are harmony. We can't be in harmony when we're dragging everything with us, right? We need to make sure that we lighten the load and go towards the light, right? Leave any negativity behind. I like that that's right after the 8 because it's really reiterating that, don't limit yourself by your thoughts because you have everything you need. Bone collector, right? High Priestess. Then you have this 10 of Wands. Wands being action, passion, movement, right? 10s being completing a cycle, paring down to a 1, beginning something new. This guy, his back isn't broken, but he is carried and carried and carried. This could be things that you've done, hard work that you've put into something. Well, that's what it is. It's not could be that. It is that. So Virgos, you have put a lot of work and effort and time into doing something, and you don't want to limit yourself. You want to make that choice and move ahead in truth, right? Last card out for you is the 7 of Swords. This is not a good thing. This is kind of a fox in the hen house. You see the fox right there. Foxes are clever. They're tricksters. And this guy, he has a very shady look on his face. Like he's got 5 swords in his arm and he's walking away. And the fox is kind of looking back in this perplexing, like, what is he doing? And I don't know this. I've never said it this way before, but this is what my guides are giving me. This is what I feel. This is what I'm hearing, is you need to be very careful of who you are aligning yourself with. Is somebody, like, I often in my, spiritual life, I have gone to different people that were, healers and whatnot. And sometimes they're like, oh, you need to come back, 7 more times before we can get to this thing. Or I need you to come in every single week to do such and such. That's not necessarily, in my opinion, somebody who I feel like they have their own pocketbook in mind, not necessarily your healing or well-being. We have to be really careful and use our discernment and our inner compass and our inner guide, and our guides, right? On what we're doing. What are we spending our money and time on, right? Is this really good for us? So in this message, this card is saying, please look at who you are aligning with. Who are you listening to? Who are you giving your time, effort, money, things like that to? Who are you putting your trust in, I'm hearing? Who are you putting your trust in? Think about that. This is how I feel, and please, if you're a chiropractor, don't get mad that I'm going to say this. A long, long time ago, I went to a chiropractor, and this chiropractor told me that I needed to come every single week. I spent quite a bit of money doing that, and then I was like, I can't afford to come every week anymore. Like, when is this going to be healed? And he's like, well, you really are going to have to come, forever. Like, there isn't anything that I can do to heal this. And one leg is slightly shorter than the other for me. It's nothing that you can really notice. I can notice it if I'm looking in the mirror at my hips, because one hip is higher. Well, I decided that that's not going to work for me. I can't do this. I had a healing on my feet and ankles, and it was done by a Virgo friend of mine. And I have never had to go back to a chiropractor since then. This was a distance Reiki healing. This was the second one. I had another one that was an in-person Reiki. And so the chiropractor telling me that I had to come every week or whatever, and it was never going to be healed, that wasn't true. Reiki healed that in me. I have not had those pains in my ankles, my feet, my hips. Well, once in a while, if I'm out stacking wood, yeah. But for the most part, so I don't know why Spirit is giving me this message for you right now, Virgos, but that's the message. They're saying, who are you putting your trust in? Who are you giving your money to? Who are you giving your time to? Please make sure that it's your interest they're thinking about and not their own wallets, is what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh, you got some of the same cards as Taurus. Taurus also got Phoenix. 25. That's a 7. That's reflection. And we were just talking about that with the 7 of Swords. Now you have another 7, and it's talking about rising from the ashes, transformation, and regeneration, right? So you can change things up, right, if you need to. Obviously, everything in this reading isn't going to apply to every Virgo watching, but if you feel in your gut that this message is speaking to you, then you need to clean up your your practitioners, your friends, I don't know, with something to do with somebody who may not be thinking so much about you. 1, new beginning, Wolf. Trust in instinct and inner wisdom. Trust in instinct and inner wisdom. Couldn't have said it better myself. This is, so the end message is something about who you're putting your trust in, right? The beginning is making choices and not throwing up roadblocks to yourself. Getting finished with this and being able to move on without carrying all the baggage with you, right? Getting rid of your limiting beliefs. Okay, Virgos, I truly hope this has helped. Please don't forget to give it a like. Peace and kindness every single day. Now we're on to the sign of Capricorn. Okay, beautiful Capricorns. We are on to the tarot portion of your reading. If you didn't listen to the first part of the video where I talk about the oracle cards, you're going to want to go back and listen to those explanations at the very beginning, and then you can come back here to your tarot and animal oracle portion. All right, I hope you're all doing well. I hope this finds you in good health, good spirits. Woo, 10 of Cups. All right, so you start off with Judgment. That's a 20, being called to do something. Wow, 10 of Cups followed by the 6 of Wands. Celebration, celebrating something. My beautiful Capricorns. Yes, I love it. Oh my gosh, the High Priestess. 3 of Pentacles. Wow, Capricorns. Yeah, I'm never surprised to see anything about work coming out for Capricorns because they tend to be overachievers, high achievers, working overtime, working all the time, constantly thinking about doing better, doing more. That's kind of a Capricorn trait right there. Oh my gosh. Celebration, celebration, celebration. All right. Let's take these out and look at them in the order. 3131 on the camera clock, which would be a 4-4. Okay, Judgment. What are you being called to do? This card depicts Gabriel blowing the horn, waking everybody up. This is a 20, which is a 2, which is choice, right? What is your choice? When you are called to action, now this can be a literal person asking you to do something, a friend, a coworker, a partner, a boss, but it can also be your own intuition and you feeling guided to do something. 10 of Cups. Who doesn't want this card? This is my favorite card in the deck. This is a 10. This is a completion of a cycle, moving on to a brand new cycle. This is pure joy. I love this card. Rainbows, bees, butterflies, ducks, geese, cats, food, friendship, love, loyalty, a beautiful, modest home in the card. This is pure joy and happiness. That's what I call that card. Cups are love, nurturing, water signs. Water is flow. Water is life. I just love that card. That is followed by the 6 of Wands. This is you being celebrated. Wands are action, passion, movement. 6s are harmony. This is you, the sitter, the person watching, and everybody is raising their wand, their lit wand, saying, wow, amazing, fantastic, Capricorn, you did this. You did it. You got there. You accomplished it. So, beautiful cards starting out. You're called to do something. You feel joy and happiness. You are celebrated, and you are tuned in. This is the High Priestess, right? She is floating between endings and beginnings, right? That's what these pillars are, endings and beginnings. The High Priestess is highly tuned in to her intuition. This is a 2 card. Again, choice and balance. The Judgment card, the first one was a 20, which is a 2. You have a choice, right? What are you going to do? Listen to your intuition, Capricorns, right? Listen to your gut. We have water here, flow, connection, energy, power. Yeah, so this card is reminding you to stay tuned in to your intuition. Now, the danger of this is staying too long in the dreamy, I can do this, I can have this, and not ever putting it into action. You need to put it into action, and the next card is telling you collaboration, right? 3 of Pentacles. Pentacles being work, how you earn your living, how you earn the money to pay your bills. 3s are creation, collaboration, and he's got 3 pentacles there that he's created, and he's very happy about this. So, and there's also two pillars in this card. I don't know if I ever noticed that before, but you have the two pillars in the High Priestess, the two pillars in the Three of Pentacles. So Capricorns, I feel like coming up really soon, there's going to be some sort of choice that you're going to have to make about either who you're going to work with, or what you're going to offer, what you're going to do. I'm trying to, Spirit, just help me. I feel like there's going to be some sort of crossroads, so to speak, where you're going to make a choice. When you're being called to do something, you feel joy about it, you celebrate it, you're celebrated for it, and moving on to the next thing is where you're going to have, like, what do I do next? Like, once you accomplish that. And more celebration. Three of Cups. So the last two cards in your reading are threes. Three of Cups. This is pure celebration. This always reminds me of New Year's Eve because they're wearing dresses, right? All different colors and flavors and things. Cups, flow, water, love, celebration. This is pure celebratory energy. All the starlight coming out of their hands. Hopefully you can feel it. I love these cards because of the imagery, right? So Three of Pentacles, celebrating your collaboration, your work, what you've created. Three of Cups, Six of Wands, you being celebrated and you celebrating. Wow. Lots of celebrations, Capricorns. I would love to know what this is all about. So end of November, like 20th to 30th, thereabouts, a little before, a little after that, some sort of celebration. Yeah, I love it. Love it, love it. All right, let's see what the animal is that we're going to add to this message for you. Remembering the oracle messages of childhood innocence, right? Noticing what's around you. The awareness that you have everything inside you with that bone collector, which was a number 1, new beginning. That truth be told, number 14, 5, change. Being honest, being transparent, being open. And that doesn't just mean with others. That means with yourself, right? And tuning into your intuition is the best way to do that. Okay, what's the animal oracle for my beautiful Capricorns today for this reading? Please give the video a like, a thumbs up, a share. It helps my channel to grow. All right, they gave you 2. 37 is another 10, like the 10 of Cups. Whale. Deep wisdom. Connection with the ocean of emotions. Now, we were talking about the flow of water already, right? Flow of water, emotions, right? Cups, the emotional element, the emotional thing. And then, okay, let's put this up here. 37, whale, 10, ending, completion, beginning, something new. Aha. 19, this is another 10. You have 3 10s in this reading, Capricorns. Elephant. Be wise and altruistic in your actions. Altruistic, going back to being truthful, transparent, honest, being who you are, right? The whale and the elephant. Beautiful, beautiful cards, Capricorns. 10 of Cups. The whale is a 10. The elephant is a 10. Lots of celebrations. Lots of reminders to be who you are. Walk your own path, right? And celebrate. Celebrate you. You are a unique, beautiful human being, right? So celebrate that. Be happy. Peace and kindness every single day.